it is what it is. But anyway, third down, getting to the UFC. I didn't forget about the UFC. We usually start the show with the UFC. There has been 2 fights since last week. So there was one on Wednesday and there was one on Saturday of last week. And we will only talk about the 2 main events for each of these different fight nights. Starting with the one on Wednesday, it was a featherweight match. Main event, Calvin Kattar versus Dan Ige. Now, this one is a solid matchup because Calvin Kattar is a solid fighter. Has a couple losses recently to, I can't even remember his name, but he's number 2 on the featherweight list. I'm not even going to try to attempt his name right now, but he has losses to him and Ronaldo Moicano. So Calvin Kattar has been pretty impressive. He actually whooped Jeremy Stephens in May, so he's coming off a second-round KO of Jeremy Stephens a couple of months ago. But after watching the first round or 2 of this fight, I already knew what was going to happen. Calvin Kattar just looked like the better fighter. His striking was superior, like far, I don't want to say like far superior where like Dan Ige looked like a bum in there, but you could tell that Calvin Kattar was just faster, had a little bit more pop on his punch. He definitely had the reach advantage, which helped him a lot because Ige was really trying to get on the inside, but just couldn't get on the inside. He was throwing crazy, doing a lot of takedown attempts, which is really another reason why he lost. I mean, his takedown attempts, he was 0 for 9. So out of 9 shoots, he came up with 0. He's shooting 0 for. I mean, that's not good. It's not good, especially when Ige, I mean, he's good at grappling, but he's better. He's a better striker. And I think everybody knows that. So when you're getting whooped on the feet and try to go towards, grappling, that means you're getting whooped on the feet. And so he tried to do something new. It didn't work. Kattar picked Ige apart, and he got the decision after 5 rounds of pretty much dominance. So big ups to Calvin Kattar. I think he is definitely increasing his rank in the featherweight division. He's someone that needs to be reckoned with. He's definitely somebody that's dangerous in the division. So keep an eye out for him. Dan Ige still has the ability to climb his way up. He had a good run, but I think Ige continued to improve his skill set, continue to improve his striking, what he's good at, increase your strength. And Ige, I still like both of these fighters. Ige is still a good fighter to me, and I'll continue to watch his fights. And then Saturday was the flyweight title match. So this one was actually pretty funny. This one was Deiveson Figueiredo. Deiveson Figueiredo versus Joseph Benavidez. And this one was an interesting... Now, there's a history behind this fight. So they fought recently, or they didn't fight. So their first matchup was controversy off rip. So as soon as this fight was set up, their first bout, it was for the flyweight title. And it was supposed to be a title match between the 2 guys. So Figueiredo actually didn't make weight, so he was not eligible to win the title if he won the fight. But Benavidez did make weight, so if he won the fight, then he would have became the flyweight champion. And this was for the first fight. But anyways, that was just the controversy around that first fight. The controversy in the first fight, like within the rounds of fighting, there was a headbutt, quote unquote headbutt, and an intentional headbutt, which both guys were accusing each other of intentionally headbutting each other, which was weird. But Joseph Benavidez actually got the worst of that headbutt. And based on what I've seen, for those of you who haven't seen the headbutt, that was completely Benavidez's fault. I mean, he was throwing wild. Figueiredo was in place. So when he's trying to duck, come back up, his head is right there. He's not lunging. His head's not lunging forward. His head is like coming up, and Benavidez is swinging and coming forward. He's swinging wild. So that's when they collided heads, and instantly, like a gash on his head, he starts leaking, and then he gets whooped. He gets dropped. He gets KO'd by Figueiredo. So he uses that excuse, like, hey, the headbutt. I'm sure the headbutt hurt, but he got got caught with a big hand, with a big right hand that dropped him. So Benavidez was kind of had that feather in his cap, like, or that ace in his sleeve, like, hey, that was because of the headbutt. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna beat him like I should have, because Benavidez was actually on all judges' scorecards for that first fight, was won the first round. So he looked pretty good in the first round. Second round is where they collided heads accidentally. It's funny how both of them accuse each other of intentionally butting heads when it's clearly, unintentional, an accident. And Benavidez, I don't know how the hell he thinks Figueiredo intentionally headbutted him. I mean, I didn't see it. But anyways, going into this fight, Figueiredo had the advantage. It was almost a complete opposite. It was a complete switch from the first fight. Figueiredo was a plus 200 underdog. Now he's coming into the second fight as a minus 200. We seen that power that he has. We seen him put Benavidez out. We seen, that he has that power to end the fight whenever. So going into it, I was like, okay, Figueiredo, it looked like, the headbutt might have caused a little bit of damage, but that power in his hands, that looked like it's going to transfer over to this fight. So that's what I was anticipating, and that's exactly what we got in the first round. He dropped Figueiredo dropped Benavidez a couple of times in the first round, and was going for a submission a few times. I thought it was going to end in a knockout because Benavidez was getting caught like right on his chin. You could tell his chin was weak. I don't care about that headbutt in the first one. His chin, he got tapped right on that chin. He got put down. So Figueiredo put those hands on him and then choked him out. So he ended up. But let me give credit to Benavidez, because for those of you that didn't watch the fight, there was actually a few times where Figueiredo looked like he had a legit choke on him with the rear naked choke. And Benavidez was able to stay calm, use his background in wrestling to get out of those tough situations where I thought that he was already done. He was going to tap out. It's just that last time where he got caught in the rear naked choke, he wasn't able to get out of it. He didn't tap. He just actually passed out, and the referee had to pull Figueiredo off him because he was out. He wasn't going to tap out. So it was a good fight. It was an entertaining fight for one round. Figueiredo is the real deal. He's going to be a great flyweight champion. I'm excited to see his fights. He's well versed. Submission, power, striking, all that stuff. Figueiredo is that guy. Benavidez is just not. He's not going to beat him at any point of his career. He's not going to beat him. So Benavidez is unfortunate, but Figueiredo is his time. And do I want to see him versus Henry Cejudo? I don't know. That would be an interesting fight, honestly, because I think Figueiredo right now is better than everyone in the division, hands down. I don't think there's really any competition for him in the flyweight division. But is it intriguing enough for Henry Cejudo to go back and beat him? Like, yeah, I beat you too. So I honestly don't know if they fought already. If they did fight, then I need to go check that out. But Deiveson Figueiredo is now the UFC flyweight champion. So congratulations to him. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.